Wake up, everyone! Meghan Markle is getting a run for her money from none other than Alec Baldwin's wife, Hilaria Baldwin, or should I say, Hillary Thomas. Years ago, rumors swirled about her fake accent.
We have, how do you say it in English? Cucumbers. We
fabricated history and bizarre identity shifts, but a recent public appearance has exposed something even deeper. Something that speaks to much larger cultural issues that we need to talk about. Is Hilaria missing a critical element of classical femininity, one that Meghan Markle is also lacking?
Yeah, you're distracting me right now.
Sorry.
Like, now you're just doing that. Why? Why are you distracting me?
I'm just captivated
You're just distracting me.
So
no, but,
beautiful.
oh my God, stop. You're annoying me. Stop. It's not cute. No, he's distracting me.
Hi, I'm Hannah. Welcome back to the Swish, where together we celebrate classical femininity and trends, traditions, and lifestyles for an elegant and inspired life. If you love this kind of content, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and check out our brand new Spring 2025 edition of the Swish magazine. It's available in print and digital in the link in the description. Just click below. Since Meghan Markle premiered her Netflix show with Love Meghan just a few weeks ago, the response has been brutal. The world is calling out her complete and utter inauthenticity, and whether it's transferring pretzels from one bag to another as if that's cooking, or wearing an all-white cashmere outfit in the kitchen, she's been the butt of many jokes. Everything feels so staged and really off. But while people were busy eye-rolling at Meghan's latest PR disaster, another woman, who is also famous only because of her husband, has entered the spotlight for all the wrong reasons. Hilaria Baldwin resurfaced in the news this week after an incredibly uncomfortable red carpet moment where she snapped at her husband, Alec Baldwin, in front of the cameras.
You're a winner.
Oh my God, when I'm talking, you're not talking.
Sorry.
No, when I'm talking, you're not talking. This is why, yes, we'll have to just cut him out of the show. No,
And then came her super awkward attempt at an explanation.
It's gonna be great. You're a winner.
Oh my God, when I'm talking, you're not talking.
Sorry.
No, when I'm talking, you're not talking. This is why, yes, we'll have to just cut him out of the show. And that is called, what's the word of the day?
Man-interrupting.
Man-interrupting, which could be a positive, it could be a negative, or it could be a...
Correctile dysfunction.
Yes, correctile dysfunction. I think that's one of our children trying to get into the room.
Now, this is by no means a defense of her very problematic husband, I must say, but it does raise an important question. What kind of example is this? Hilaria claims to embrace a traditional lifestyle. She has a lot of children, 8+ stepchildren, homemaking, fitness. She's perceived to be a devoted mother, but here's the problem. You can't be a classically feminine woman if you're living a lie. Hilaria has spent years positioning herself as a Spanish woman, but here's the truth. Every credible source points to her only visiting Spain as a child and then basically making it her entire personality. She famously forgot the English word for cucumber on live TV.
we have, how do you say it in English? Cucumbers.
She insisted that people are bullying her for calling out her inauthenticity. Her new TLC show has a moment where she explains how she feels that she's been bullied for people calling out her inauthenticity, but she claims that this is just her being attacked for being bilingual. Let's be really clear, that's absolutely ridiculous. This isn't about speaking 2 languages, it's about total deception. Hilaria Baldwin, who was actually born Hillary Lynn Hayward Thomas in Boston, Massachusetts, has long presented herself as having this kind of identity. She's often spoken with a Spanish accent and appeared to struggle with English words, but her official biography has perpetuated this image and even at one point listed her birthplace as Mallorca, Spain, instead of Boston. She has portrayed this as a Hispanic in Hispanic media outlets such as Hola magazine, which did an entire feature celebrating her Spanish personality. But sleuths on the internet and everywhere these days who crave authenticity have done investigations, which revealed that Hilaria's parents are American with 0 Spanish heritage, and she spent her formative years in Massachusetts, not Spain. You can find her yearbook photos from being in America at this time. time. And this discrepancy has led to a lot of accusations about the way that she's utilized Spanish imagery for her own deception. She stated that she identifies as white and attributed her accent fluctuations to being bilingual and experienced stage fright during those particular public appearances. But this situation brings to light the importance of really being authentic, that initial principle of symmetry and classical femininity, which we talk about here all the time. It's about embracing your true core values. Constructing a false persona can lead to this public distrust and personal dissonance, which undermines these important values of grace and sincerity with classical femininity. And the way that her husband, Alec, has responded throughout all this is very telling as well. This is what happens when a perceived strong woman is partnered with a very weak man. Just like how Meghan leads Harry around by the nose, Hilaria controls Alec. We see this time and time again, trying to make a name for themselves, not based on their own achievements, but by using the fame of a weak man to climb the ladder of success. They also have both asked for privacy, but they're desperate for attention, just like with Hilaria's new show on TLC, which has tanked in reviews this week. And of course, Meghan's self-serving project with Love Meghan on Netflix, as well as her new brand As Ever, which she's been drip-feeding content on this week. Both of these shows are aiming to position these women as confident, strong women who love apparent traditions and their families, but they've been making a name for themselves primarily on the backs of their weak husbands. Strong womanhood isn't about talking over men, or controlling them, or performing a role simply for the aesthetics. Classical femininity is far more than just an aesthetic. Hilaria is the perfect case study of what happens when you get it wrong. You can have all the kids. You can love being a homemaker. But if your home is in chaos, if your marriage lacks peace, something is fundamentally off. And at the end of the day, this comes down to something that both Meghan and Hilaria fail to understand. Classical femininity is not just about the look. Hilaria is missing one of the most essential principles of elegance, that fourth one, enchantment. She is desperate to have something unique to her name, but now she's fixing that by cosplaying as an immigrant. Instead of people actually being interested in her, for her unique gifts and talents, she's created an entirely different personality, not rooted in the values of truth, goodness, and beauty that are aiming to inspire others towards that. Not the type of inspiration that is modern or shallow, but the ability to inspire admiration and respect by being a woman of grace, authenticity, and a quiet type of strength. When a woman's embrace of femininity is real, it draws people in. But when it's fake, it actually repels people. I'd love to know what you think about this whole debacle. Let me know what your comments are down below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. You can also grab your copy of the Swish magazine in print or digital, where we dive into classical femininity and give some amazing examples of modern women who do this very, very well. I'd love to know your thoughts on that, and I'll see you in the next video.